I started noticing your profile on LinkedIn when I saw a lot of relatable memes, and I call my life a big, big meme. And you were the one person who changed the personality or perception that I had about memers. Like for me, memers were just copy pasting content from one page to another, and the same content was circulating on so many pages and everything. And I was just seeing the Instagram part of it. And then I saw somebody leveraging memes as a way of marketing, helping brands and everything. And there's nothing wrong with the Instagram memers. Some of them are amazing, some of them are cut copy paste, but I never imagined I'll not write in the comment section of a meme marketer on LinkedIn that this is not Facebook, please don't do this. And I never did that, because they were super relatable, they were super amazing, and they were how I got to know that meme marketing is a thing. So thank you, Pranjal, for introducing most of the people who joined LinkedIn along with me, telling them how relatable memes can be and how you can monetize them. Right. So thank you so much for existing. Should I thank your mom? Or is this enough? Yeah.
No, I'll take credit for this. I'll take credit for this.
Absolutely. And you deserve all the credit. And it's an honor for me and Story to host you and speak so much about this side of marketing that we know nothing about. So yeah, welcome.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me, Unnati and Team Story. Yeah, I mean, it's been a roller coaster. Memes are something that just happened for me in my career, and the way even I'm pleasantly surprised by the response that I've gotten to, doing memes on LinkedIn. So yeah, let's talk about all the things, the whole
Absolutely.
memification. Yeah.
Yep. And my first question has to be this: what makes you Pranjal? Because when you and I joined LinkedIn, and I say that always, there were so many people, and I considered all of them competition. And then I see people are going away. They've gone away. I and you can take names, people we don't see anymore on the platform.
Yeah, true.
Right?
True.
So what kept you hooked to whatever you're doing? What kept you consistently coming back and not even leaving your profession? Like you've always gone ahead with it. So what's the trick?
I think I've made like 2-3 posts about this as well. It's really simple. It's just being me. So when I came to LinkedIn, I saw that people, because you come with the this sort of as a thinking, right, that LinkedIn is a place where you get motivation, inspiration, and that is the type of content that you should do. They should have some kind of achievement or something like that. But I did that, honestly. I did that for a month or two in the beginning, but I was like, this is not me. I know I'm kind of, I have a sarcastic take on things, a witty take on things, and I have a different take on corporate life in general. Like you see it through my memes, right? I talk about the not so achievement and glory side of corporate life, startup life as well. So that's how I look at this, and that's why I decided that my content is also going to be around the same. And then I'm just going to wait if people respond to that. If they don't, then maybe it's not the platform for me. But glad it turned out. I mean, people did respond, so it showed that people just need someone to talk about those topics that they resonate with. They just want that person who's doing that. So yeah.
Okay. And did you land your present job because of LinkedIn or any other client that you were like, oh my God, I'm working on this and I got this from LinkedIn?
Not a job or any like very crazy client, but I think simply, I'll be very honest, simply the fact that I'm having podcast and being invited to podcast and interviews like this, these things are just happening purely because of LinkedIn. And it's become so, in my home, whenever I used to tell mom that I'm having an interview, please don't disturb me for the next 30 minutes or something like that, it always meant, for my mom, the meaning always was ki I'm applying for a job or something, and maybe that's the interview. And then I had to, so the meaning of interview has changed, and for me, even that is something I can't really wrap my head around. So I think that very simple thing just shows that how LinkedIn has kind of changed my life. So not a job or anything, but even these small things, basically the whole the personal brand thing, that's totally gone to another level because of it.
Got it. And so how do you brainstorm ideas for your post, LinkedIn post?
It's just, because my job kind of requires me to be on my phone all the time, basically living on my phone, as they say. So that's why I'm just on the internet all the time. Whatever new news coming in, any new template that comes in. So, at times, there are some events that are going to happen. So, for example, if a politician is supposed to give a speech, that some meme template is going to come out of this event, right? These things because they happen often. So just keeping a tab on these things, what new templates are coming in, what other pages are doing. And I just keep a tab and I have the ideas in my mind. So observations simple because I post my memes on, work life, corporate life, work life, interns, whatever, college internships. So because, you know, every day in a meeting, if I observe something that's weird and funny, so I'm like, oh, this can be a meme, right? So, I mean, simple. A few days back, I posted a meme about how a meeting notification or something, it kind of woke me up before the alarm, which I think is so sad. And it actually happened, and and I made a meme out of it, as simple as this. So mostly just observations around me.
Got it. All right. And so you don't batch content, like not every Saturday you'll sit and or Sunday you'll sit and create your memes, or do you do that?
Oh no, I absolutely do. Especially since I've started becoming active on other platforms like Twitter. So I have started batching content, and but yeah, I mean, if I get the idea, I make the meme instantly. I don't wait because I know that I'm going to forget about it, and then I just I basically then plan it out later. I schedule things later on. So I used to be a very like I know what to post tomorrow, kind of. I'll see it tomorrow. But then I think in the last 6 months, I've gone to the whole planning and scheduling kind of system.
So do you also schedule your post on a platform or on a tool and then it get posted?
Yeah. I cannot. I mean, I think we all know that LinkedIn morning is like the very good time to post, and I cannot wake up at mornings at bilkul bhi nahi. So yeah,
When do you
so
wake
yeah,
up?
I wake up at I don't know if I should say that 11:30,
That's okay.
sometimes 12. So yeah, I sleep super late. My mind works at the night. So yeah, so I'm like very active at night. Kind of sometimes, in fact, I start next day's work, the in the previous night actually. Then the next day I'm like sleeping. So I have a very weird, and so work from home is made for me. It's tailor made for me. That's how
Oh,
I thrive. That's where I thrive. So
yeah,
yeah.
got it. So which tool are you using to schedule the posts?
I use Publer. I think it's a fantastic tool.
Do you think it impacts your reach?
I don't think so. I mean, I've been using it. I think I've been using it for many months, like several months, 8, 9 months, I think. And I don't think it has. I had the same question, but some of my best posts have come after I started like the whole system, the scheduling system. In terms of engagement, some of the best posts. So yeah, I don't think so, and I won't like to believe so because then I would have to wake up and then
And
post
you
myself.
have garnered also a lot of followers in the last 6, 7 months, right? So that means
Yeah.
it is not impacting your profile at least in any way.
No. But I think, but food for thought. I think I should at least maybe do a trial run for a week of hitting the post button myself and then seeing what is
Yeah,
happening.
A/B testing. That's
Because
my life.
yeah, I kind of have to do that now.
All right. Okay, so my next question is, where do you see yourself a year, 3 years, 5 years down the line? Like, is there any Pranjal plan B, plan A that you have in mind?
There is no plan, honestly. And there is. I'm just like I used to have a 3 or 5 year plan, but that was when I was in college, and maybe the degree, the MBA, and the MNC job, maybe that was the plan. But now it's not because things have changed. For example, I am not a believer of degrees anymore. I'm not the passionate about MBA or my life is over. I'm not that guy as well. So things have changed now, and I'm just like I'm just taking each day simply like that. I just have maybe a 3-4 month plan, you can say, in terms of there are different sectors that excite me. So like right now, I'm really excited by the electric mobility sector, crypto, fintech, Web3 and metaverse and all these things that are happening, crazy things, on the internet, especially because of blockchain and cryptocurrency. So that is a sector I'm really interested in. I'm reading about it. So that way I have a 3-4 month plan of probably entering that space, in a professional manner. Now I'm just like a student, just reading about it, kind of investing some thoda money, but I want to enter it properly. So that is like a 3-4 month plan, and then we'll see it from there. So yeah, that's about it.
Got it. And my next question is, as a creator, as much as we produce, we also need to consume to keep that light going, to keep that
Mm.
enlightenment going. And there's this yellow color thing that comes out when we see good
Yeah.
content, and then we're like, okay, new content for us. What do you on a daily basis consume? Is it a book? Is it some Netflix series? Or is it some blog that you religiously go to or read?
I mean, I watch a lot of shows, but my ideas don't come from there usually. But ideas mostly from the people I follow actually on social media, especially Twitter, I would say. So Twitter, I've religiously followed only a few people, not few, but people I really look up to, and the whose content speaks to me. And I don't have, and that's why I'm very free on Twitter that way. Like I don't have any strategy. I just go there, post my mind, and just interact with people, see whatever they're posting. So that's where I get most of my inspiration from. And some newsletters are there that keep me up to date. So since I'm really into fintech, so that's why there are some newsletters, like there's a newsletter called Filter Coffee, which is like really nice. Every morning it comes and it gives me all the updates from the business world. So that's something I keep myself, just to keep myself updated. So yeah, just a few newsletters and mostly people on social media.
Got it. And are you enjoying on Twitter? Like, is it a good?
Yeah. I love Twitter. I love my LinkedIn, and Twitter is my thing basically. Twitter is just different. I mean, I went into Twitter with this thinking that it's a place for politics, and if you go to the search section and the hashtags that you see, and it's still the same. I'm not saying that it's changed, it's different, but you just not need to know how to just ignore all that. And your feed, once your feed adjusts to the whole startups and marketing, the topics that we like, when it adjusts to that, that is the kind of thing, the content that you'll see, and you'll just block out the noise. I think that would be an appropriate word.
Yeah.
So yeah, that way Twitter is so very sorted.
All right. And if you could give one tip to anybody who's trying to grow on LinkedIn, what would it be?
Just do, I mean, don't have that herd mentality of I mean, people have this notion about LinkedIn, right? It need to be inspirational motivation and all that all the time. You can be, I have also been, but not all the time. Be an actual human being, as simple as that actually, because we face our fair share of failures and all these things. So talk about those as well. I think from a creator, like every creator who makes something needs to have that satisfaction as well, right? And even those, I have some posts of mine which were not the biggest in terms of engagement, but I remember the response on those posts so clearly, because I talked about my failures, and I was like very surprised, like taken aback by the response I got on these posts, and how people were just relating to it, sharing their own experiences, because someone spoke out and they were like, I've not seen this before, I've not seen someone being so honest or open up like this, and I want to share this as well. So those have been the biggest moments for me as a creator, and not the likes and the comments. So yeah, authenticity, I think, best thing ever.
Got it. And what do you think is the most underrated feature on LinkedIn?
Underrated feature, I think, comments actually. Yeah, because I think if you have some sort of a like following, then people genuinely comment nice as well. I mean, you'll have your bunch of a little just emoji comments and nice post and all that. I mean, that is inevitable, you can't escape that. But still, in comparison to other platforms, you really do get good organic comments, and people even sometimes. So sometimes I've posted a meme, and people participate in the meme themselves by putting their own funny take on the meme, or taking the dialogue in the meme and relating it to something from their own life and adding it in the comments. So these things are wonderful, and I see a lot of creators who don't even reply to comments. I'm not saying I'm the best in that, but I try to keep up most of the times. But I think Yeah, comments are important, especially replying to them, interacting, because I always see like people are taking time out and replying to you, relating to you, what you have to say. So I kind of see it as a almost a responsibility to give that back to them.
I take it as a takeaway then. All right. And if you had to, tell somebody about content strategy for LinkedIn, what's one non-negotiable that you'll always tell them to keep in mind? Like I would tell them that you have to amalgamate your personal life experiences with your professional life experiences. You can't just be all personal or all professional. It will either look like a Facebook or it will either look like a blog, and you have to find that equation in between. So that's my non-negotiable. What's yours? Like, what's one thing that people should keep in mind when they're making a content strategy for their LinkedIn?
I think I would say understanding the audience, understanding the sensibilities of people on LinkedIn, because it's a different audience. It's
Absolutely.
starkly different from Twitter and Instagram. So even the memes that I make, I can make way more dank and dark memes. I can do all that. I consume dark memes on Instagram like
Yeah,
literally every
yeah,
day, and
yeah.
Reddit as well. So I share that with my friends, and we are like very like whatever. But on I can't do the same on LinkedIn, right? Because the sensibility is different. So it's based, so to understand the audience and how they are, and of course, if it fits with you, you go ahead then. But if it doesn't, you don't. But if it fits, then you sort of have to adjust, because you cannot come and say that you you all millions of people have to change according to my taste. That's not going to happen. So yeah, I think just they are a little understanding the sensitivity, what is a bit too far, what might be offensive. So these things I feel a creator should understand.
All right. And last three questions. Do meme marketers actually make money? And if yes, if somebody is watching this and wants to be a meme marketer, what's the kind of roadmap would you give them? That would you would give them? Yeah.
Yeah, we do make money. And I'm not saying a memer might not make money initially, but if they've gone to the stage of meme marketer, then I think they do make money. So the roadmap would be to, I think every meme marketer starts as a memer. Actually, I don't like the term memer, I'll be very honest. I would rather go with something like a meme creator, something like that. I don't like the term memer at all.
Mhm.
So yeah, start as a meme creator. You love memes in the first place, right?
Yeah.
Before becoming a marketer or making a business out of it. So be a creator. I mean, start to basically have a good body of work, have a portfolio. You have a, like how a graphic designer has a portfolio of the creatives that they make. You have a portfolio of memes as well, the memes on the different topics that you do. Maybe you have memes on digital marketing. So if a digital marketing agency comes to you with a requirement for memes, you have that body of work. You have maybe memes on the whole CA, the whole commerce background, whatever it is, whichever topic that you've chosen. So build that body of work, and then do a bit of promotions for yourself. Do a bit of collabs as well. LinkedIn you cannot promote, but you can do collabs. You can do a collab with another. We have the meme creators on LinkedIn are growing in number, which I'm really happy about. So yeah, collaborations and things like that, and eventually I think either uh, right now I think a lot of companies are coming up with dedicated meme positions. Like I know a big credit card startup has actually, I mean, a few months back their CEO posted a job, and it was literally CMO, chief meme officer. So the fact that such positions are being crafted in India is a big thing. I mean, we are still starting with, like, just started, but the future looks bright in terms of jobs. But of course, you can always freelance. You can always be a freelance meme creator. You can always work as a meme creator with brands. A lot of agencies now, they do these meme marketing campaigns for brands, especially OTT brands, because OTT shows have to have memes, right, to spread the word
Yeah, yeah, and they have to
about their
be
about their
very
show.
entertaining and mind
Exactly.
striking and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So that's how opportunities start. But so yeah, I think this can be the roadmap. Again, as every creator, the first phase will be one where you won't get much traction, and you don't know why you are creating, for who you're creating. Every creator goes through that phase, right? So you
Yeah.
have to see through all that, and then once it starts coming, then there's no stopping.
Got it. And so, okay, we discussed about the roadmap and everything, but how is KPI or ROI sort of projected from meme marketing, if that makes sense? Like
Yeah,
if
yeah.
I join a company or consult a company as a social media manager, I know that, I'll probably increase your followers from 1,000 to supposedly 10,000 in a month or so, whatever it is. And so how meme marketers promise those KPIs or ROIs and stuff?
So I think with memes, essentially, we look at the usual numbers of the, the reach and engagement. I think they are
Yeah.
the primary number when it comes to memes. And the one very underrated metric that a lot of people don't track is sentiment. Right?
Mm.
With memes, you can actually track sentiment. Like if the meme has worked very, very well, you see the comments, and if the people are really participating in the meme, it shows, I mean, that is good internet sentiment, and you have your tools to calculate sentiment as well. But just from a very layman point of view, you can just literally look at how people are engaging with the meme. For example, if it's a meme, if it's a dialogue from a new OTT show, right? If you see the reaction to that meme, that brand can at least see, okay, this particular scene, this particular dialogue, this template is performing so well, and now we need to create a lot of buckets around this dialogue, literally, like video edits. We need to make more memes, video edits, and all that on this basic one dialogue, because it's connecting like anything, right? I can give you an example, like risk hai to ishq hai, right? The scam 1992. I mean, that one line, there are many dialogues, right? But that one line is just like everybody loves it, right?
Yeah.
So you make video edits on it, you make memes on it, everything you do. You write shairi also in a way. I mean, I've seen that also. So I think internet sentiment and the usual reach and engagement, that is something I would say goes with memes. Yeah, it's still not very traditional digital marketing. Like
Yeah.
like you cannot track conversions still now, and it's something I am, I won't say struggling with it. I look at it as a challenge actually. That is it something that I can solve in the future, and we can track things through the memes as well, since we anyways do campaigns. So it's a challenge right now, and I hope that the industry can find a way to solve this, and we can do conversions and everything as well.
All right. And my last question before we move to the rapid fire section, which should be very rapid, by the way, is how did you stumble upon LinkedIn? Like, what was that point where you
Hmm.
started creating content? Because for me, it was like I was broke and I was sitting with my mentors, like, take a 30-day challenge and post on 30 days on LinkedIn and no questions asked. And my
Hmm.
first post got 700 likes, and I was like, no, this is crazy, like a broke human getting 700 people relating to it and everything. Was like, wow. So, and then that 30-day challenge potentially changed my life. But
Hmm.
how did you stumble upon the platform? How did you start your journey?
It was again it was like an impulsive decision almost. I
Uh-huh.
was active on Instagram, just Instagram. I was creating content on Instagram, but very different content. Like I come from YouTube world, humor and all that. So
Yeah.
it was kind of that content on Instagram. But then I started gravitating towards marketing. Basically, first that happened, and then I realized I think LinkedIn is the right platform for it. I've just known it as a job portal till now, and
Yeah.
I advocate about it. It's not anymore, because clearly you can see the results of people like us only. So yeah, that's the thing. And I think last year March or April, I decided that I'm just gonna take a leap of faith and post, because first I was very insecure, because the platform to me was always about these senior people and senior managers and the CEOs and the founders, and only them existing there and talking about, like, high fundu topics.
Stuff. Yeah.
And yeah, and I was like, I can't understand anything. If they comment, they're going to demean me. They're just going to say that, what is this child doing here? I had all these insecurities.
Uh-huh.
But then I just took the leap of faith, and people were actually nice. Whatever two, three, four comments I got on my initial posts, I was like, wow, people, it's a nice. I think it's nice.
Yeah.
So then, yeah, I just continued. And then I think also the determination, because I had been active on previous platforms before, but stopped basically because I stopped getting validation and I stopped.
Yeah.
So, but this time I was like, no, I am not going to stop. Even if the validation stops, I'm not going to stop. But thankfully, the validation also didn't stop,
Never stopped. Yeah.
and and I also didn't stop.
Which
So
year was it? Like you stumbled upon?
last year,
Yeah.
last year,
2020. Yeah. Yeah.
lockdown, starting of lockdown. Yeah.
Nice. So at least the pandemic gave us Pranjal.
Oh.
Yeah. Great. All right. So rapid fire. Are you ready?
Yes.
I'll not say it's like coffee with Karan, but okay. Now
That
the
reference will always be. You can't escape that reference.
yeah. All right. So content or consistency?
Consistency.
Uh-huh. Inbound or outbound lead generation?
Inbound.
Okay. Twitter or LinkedIn?
Twitter right now.
Oh my God. Okay. Okay. So then next question has to be, what's one thing that definitely works on Twitter or it worked out for you?
Posting startups. I think posting about startups, content around startups, startups in Bangalore. Startups in Bangalore. If you have content around that, come to Twitter.
Oh, nice. All right. And if you had to sum up your last 6 months in one line, what would it be?
Chaotic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Where
Chaotic
do you think
turmoil.
where do you think this whole content on LinkedIn is going towards? Is it going to be a lot of 60% motivation, 40% professional journey, or is it going to be meme plus this? Let's give me an equation of what you foresee that is coming on LinkedIn next.
I think it's going to be like motivation will always. So I think 40% motivation, memes maybe a 20-30%, and the rest can be like actually like very news, maybe like this startup, that
Yeah, yeah,
startup, funding the whole startup world basically.
correct.
And also sometimes even very like actually I know some creators who post like very very factual like data and all about a particular industry and how it's growing and those things also, which I guess comes under startup only. So yeah.
Yeah, got it. All right. And before we finish the rapid fire, my question is, what's one line or one quote that has stuck with you whenever you felt low, bad, felt like leaving, or just lighting the world? So can be a quote or
I
line or something that you just like, I believe in fake it until you make it.
hmm,
Which
hmm.
I started faking a long time back. Then I did marketing and then I started to get marketing. And yeah. So what's your thing? Like one line that you like?
I think this line, when I heard it, it kind of that perspective that I talked about, where I was leaving platforms and everything, but I decided to stick with LinkedIn. So this line I heard on a Tanmay Bhatt podcast, and it said, "Ki do what you love until you start loving what you're doing." So that is, I think, I related to that as a creator very much. So yeah, I think that also kind of answers the question why I decided to just be myself on LinkedIn,
Mm,
because again I need to post the content that I love consuming myself, right? So that's I think that line probably helped me in doing this.
wow. This was by far one of the most lovely interviews that I've taken. No BS and very straightforward answers. And I'm so glad that the speaker in front of me is also confused in some directions, is trying to work out a couple of things because
Yeah,
I see so many perfect people, which is so amazing. But then you being candid is just giving me high levels of hope. So thank you so much for being so candid.
yeah,
And it was amazing hosting you. It was, and we've never had a conversation before this, but it felt like I know
yeah,
you. Yeah, because I've blabbered
yeah.
so much
Same
in
here.
the pep talk that if that
Yeah,
was
yeah,
recorded, but yeah, but it was
yeah.
amazing talking to you.
Same here, same here. We have followed each other. Again, we started almost on like on the same
Yeah.
time, right? Last year, and yeah, I remember seeing some of your posts, and I'm so glad that we finally get to talk. And that's always going to be me, confused and but honest and candid, as simple as that. And I think people are going to kill me over the Twitter over LinkedIn answer. So that will be the price, of my honesty. But I'll accept it.
But yeah, I see a lot of creators doing that switch. So that's fine. I think 30% of the people who've been on the interview have chosen
Oh,
Twitter over LinkedIn, and though we've picked them
yeah.
from LinkedIn.
Wow.